Hi everyone, welcome back. After the big holidays in December, it is Monday, January 4th. Because it's Monday, wanted to get this done really early. I'm going to continue with my theme of goals, how to set goals, how to achieve goals, and how critical it is to follow up on what your goals are, to keep those promises that you make to yourself. For those of you who are wondering, yes, I had LASIK surgery on December 18th. I am starting to wear a little bit of eye makeup, being really careful about, I'm having worse trouble with the drops than I ever had with makeup. It's hard for me to determine distance when you're this close to your eye. So I have trouble not stabbing myself in the eye, and that's not a good thing. I don't know where my coaster went. Oh well, like I said, first thing in the morning. So as always, if you enjoy these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. This is how I grow my channel. I am really setting some big goals for the year, and some of them are a bit of a stretch, but I am looking forward to achieving them, and this is the first official business day of 2021. And I am excited. I'm really looking forward to a much better year for all of my clients than a lot of them have had. So goals. I've talked about how they need to be SMART goals, specific, measurable, reasonable, and time sensitive. Okay. So, and I've always used weight loss as an example because it's easy for people to relate to. Everybody knows you're not going to lose 20 pounds tomorrow unless you like chop off a limb. Even if you get lipo, you are not going to lose 20 pounds tomorrow. You do know, everybody knows that it takes small, consistent steps, consistent to achieve and maintain weight loss. Everybody knows that. A lot of us don't want to admit it, but we all know that. Business is the same way. It's not the one thing that you do that's going to help you achieve success. It is the accumulation of small, consistent behaviors. Now, I'm going to go back and say, I really don't want to say habits. I don't want anybody to be on autopilot. I mean, things like, it's Monday morning. I am making my first video of the week. I am looking over last year's books for my own company. I am determining what needs to happen this week. Again, this is going to be a short week for me because my boyfriend's having surgery. So I will be out Thursday, the 7th. And I'm not going to go into any detail about that, but life happens. And that has to be accounted for. So I can already account for that. Thank goodness. It's not like when my son broke his arm. So I can kind of plan my week out that on this day this is going to happen, and these are some things that I need to do, and I need to get up at this time in order to achieve them. I am not a 5 a.m. riser. I have tried to be, and I can do it for brief periods of time. But I am such an owl, and I always have been, that I struggle to fall asleep before 2 in the morning. So getting up at 5 means I've only had a couple of hours of sleep, and nobody wants that. Usually I get up at about 7. So some of the things that I am working on this year, I want to start really journaling. So that's a consistent habit. One of the reasons I want to journal, I have some journal prompts that I want to kind of go through. Things like, what am I thankful for? A lot of mornings, in fact, most mornings, it is that everybody woke up this morning. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful when that happens. I am absolutely thankful for LASIK, for doctors that know what they're doing and that have had this training and have been brave enough to reach and stretch and learn new things. So that means that I now have 20/20 vision. I'm going in the morning tomorrow for a follow-up checkup. Hopefully nothing has shifted. There's a little, they like make a little flap and then they put it down and wipe it down. And we want to make sure nothing has shifted and that my vision is still good. It was 20/20 the day after the surgery. And from going from 22 miles to 20/20, it's pretty impressive. So I want to look at, where do I want to be next Monday? I have a goal of where I want to be a year from now. I have a lot of goals where I want to be a year from now. And I've tried to cover all of the major areas of my life. Where do I want to be with my health? Not just my weight. A lot of women focus on weight. Not just my weight, my health. Where do I want to be with my health? Where do I want to be in my relationships? All of my relationships, not just my boyfriend. He's obviously my primary relationship, right up there with my children, but what kind of social circle do I want to be in? If I want to be successful in my business, what kind of friends do I need to make? I've talked last week about I can tell where someone is going to be 5 years from now by the books they read, the audiobooks they listen to, people they hang out with. What are they putting into their mind? Okay. So, if I want to have a certain lifestyle, what people do I need to associate with to have that lifestyle? Everything from, are they successful financially? If they are, I want to be around them. Are they nice people? That's kind of a key for me. Where do I want to be? And then what kind of people do I need to associate with? And then it's like the old saying, if you want a lifelong companion, don't go look in the bar, because nobody in the bar is looking for that. They're looking for a good time. If you want a lifelong companion, you go to places where lifelong companion type people hang out. Where do the people that want that lifestyle hang out? Find those people. If you want to learn to ski, well, you might do really well to hang around people who like to ski, who go skiing, because they're going to take you skiing. Just because you become like the people you associate with. So physical, financial, social, spiritual. What kind of spiritual? It does not mean religion, by the way. How do I want to feel in my life? Do I want to feel peaceful? Most of us say we do, but what is it going to take? Is it going to take a daily yoga practice? Is it going to take meditating? Is it going to take being out in nature? How do I want to feel about myself? Okay, and that's really, and my connection to God or your higher power, whatever you choose, the universe, whatever you choose to call it, your connection to the divine. What are the things that you need to do to foster that? On that line, just as an aside, when I was a little girl, my parents are very religious. They're also very spiritual type people. And my dad would kneel down and we would have family prayers every night. So we would gather as a family, we would pray together, and Dad would lead the prayer. And he can be long-winded. If you ever wonder why I chatter so much on these, I think I came by it honestly. He can be quite long-winded. So here we are. I hated family prayers. I hated being on my knees. I hated sitting still. I hated not being able to look at my sisters and make funny faces. And we're waiting for Dad and waiting for Dad and waiting for Dad to finish the prayers and go to bed. He finally finished, and I was like, he says, amen, and we're all up and going. And Dad didn't. And I remember watching him, and he waited a few more minutes. And then he got up, and I said, Dad, you said amen. Why didn't you get up? And he said, well, it's kind of rude to just walk away. I thought I should wait and see if I got an answer. And so it's one of those little stories that kind of sticks with me because it's relatable. I wouldn't go to my best friend, talk her ear off, and then say, okay, gotta go. I would wait, and I would have a conversation with her, not just monopolize her time. So that really kind of sank into me. Whatever that looks like for you. I'm not preaching a specific spiritual practice, but this is one of those areas of your life that you have to decide what are your goals? What do you want your life to look like in a year from now? And again, what tiny little steps do you need to take day after day, week after week, month after month, that's going to get you there? And remember, you're going to backslide. Life happens. That's one of the things that just drives me crazy about some of the people I know. They don't add in for the fact that life happens. My sweetheart is not in the best health. We both know it. Again, I don't want to really go into it because it is kind of private, but when you live with someone that's not in perfect health, it becomes even more real that I have to allow for hospital stays. I have to allow for life to happen. I have to allow for days when he's going to be sick. I didn't have to do that with my kids because they were never sick. They were in perfect health. All of them are. But now I have to allow for that. I have to allow for that for myself, which is kind of shocking. I'm always in perfect health. But what happens if I can't be the one making these videos? What happens if something happens? And it always does happen. Life is about risk, and it's about living fully, and it's about dealing with loss. So just seems a little bit close to reality these days. So I kind of break things down into different areas, and you may want to Google and decide what areas you want to use. But the ones that I really focus on lately have been the financial, the physical health, the spiritual connection, and the social. Okay. There may be other areas that you may want to decide. You may want to, and the social I kind of break down to my family, my nuclear family that I live with, and friends and extended family. So what kind of responsibilities, what kind of relationships do I want to have? Those are all created by little things. I can't create a relationship with my siblings by going to a family reunion once every 10 years. I can, however, create a relationship with my siblings by being available for them, by talking to them on the phone. Maybe not every day. I have a lot of siblings and not that much time, but being there for them by engaging in our group. We have a group text, by engaging with them, by being available, by being able to say, hey, yeah, you can bring your kid over and I'll babysit him for a couple of hours. I'm happy to do that. By being honest with them. So keep in mind, again, the way your life is going to change a year from now is going to depend on how you behave, the goals you set, the mindset you choose to have, and that's a huge one. And I think that's the one that changes everything, is your mindset. You have to have the mindset that, for one, and I'm going to go into this. I don't want to spend too much time on this video discussing mindset. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, I think. But if you have a mindset that you don't deserve, that money is bad, that people are too much trouble to deal with, it's going to reflect in all of your behaviors. There's a saying in the personal development world that the way you do anything is the way you do everything. So if you have a lot of resentment towards your parents, siblings, business partner, whoever, it will reflect on everybody around you. You will have resentment towards everybody. If you look at the world with love, and this is really where I try to live. So I look at the world with love. Everybody has their problems. It's all about communication for me. It's all about talking to me. It's all about not ignoring emails, making sure that I have time to respond, and also giving them time to respond. Just because it feels urgent to me or vice versa doesn't mean it is. Treating people with love and respect is a huge, huge deal to me. And so I try to, because the relationships that I build in accounting and in business and in tax preparation, I want those to last forever. I really do. And there's been times when I have kind of looked at a client and said, it would be so much happier with somebody else. I don't like to try to squish a square peg into a round hole. Sometimes it's just not a match. But the ones that I know that are matches, and even if they're not a match, I still give them the best possible treatment, the best possible behavior. I really try to treat them well because that's how I would want to be treated. And that's really it. Boy, I've been rambling. Back to it is the consistent behaviors. And I don't want to say habits because I want, if you're listening to me, I want you to live consciously, not, I don't know if anyone remembers this. There used to be a Dunkin' Donuts commercial where the guy was just getting up every day, gotta make the donuts, gotta make the donuts, gotta make the donuts. And I wouldn't want to live like that. That's a habit. That's, gotta do this. It's whether I want to or not. There's a lot of doing things whether you want to or not that's involved in success, but it has to be because you sat down, you made a plan, you're working your plan, and then you can say, oh, I really don't want to go on that run this morning because it's cold. And not just because you're on automatic pilot. That's really what I wanted to cover today. I've got some things I want to cover tomorrow. And this week, we're going to stay on the habit of goals, or we're going to stay on the topic of goals. I don't want habits. I want mindful living. So as you're considering this upcoming new year that we're just got into, think about how do you want this year to end? Think about all of the different areas in your life, and what's important to me may not be important to you, and vice versa. Okay. In fact, hopefully what's important to me isn't that important to you. Hopefully you're an entirely different person and you are thinking about other things and you have different priorities. And I always say, especially when I meet someone whose lifestyle is dramatically different from mine, I say, it would be so boring if we were all exactly the same, wouldn't it? So think about what areas in your life you really want to improve this year, or this week, or this month, or this quarter. Think about where you want to be in your business, because this is supposed to be a business blog. Where do you want to be in your business? Not just in your business, but in your life in 365 days, 360 days. And if you apply certain principles, you will achieve them. Promise. Okay. Starting tomorrow, I will be doing a weekly webinar, a more formal one. These little videos are all informal, me talking about just one topic and trying to stick to that one topic. I'm horrible at that. Maybe doing some question answer. But tomorrow I will have a webinar. I will be posting the link on our Facebook page and on our business page, mysimplebookkeeping.com. I will put it up there this afternoon, and it will be a weekly webinar. Tomorrow the time will be a little bit different because I did schedule that doctor's appointment and I forgot that I was planning to do webinars. So it'll probably be at 11. So, and that will be a consistent time. If there's ever a week, or if there is a week, and there will be weeks when I'm not able to do it, I will put a notice up. I'm working on some paid content. I have a whiteboard full of information that I need to dial into. And I am excited to start this new year off. I'm excited to have, I had a couple of people reach out to me and message me, and they said, I'm a bookkeeper and I want to work with you because you seem to be doing it right. So that's exciting to me. So my team is growing. My, oh, if you're listening to this and you're excited about these videos, I'm also looking for sales staff, commission sales. So feel free to reach out. My email address is donna@mysimplebookkeeping.com. You can also find me on Twitter at D_Harris67. And of course, on our website is mysimplebookkeeping.com. I'm looking forward to some really amazing growth this year, and I hope you are too. So these videos are going to be part of it. This is kind of my video journal that I want to share with people. And specifics go into my real journal, but this is part of my journaling habit, to be honest, my journaling lifestyle. That's it for today. Again, watch for that link. If you're on our email list, I will be sending that out this evening or tomorrow morning. I may not schedule it till tomorrow morning. So if you are, there will be information on the webinars right away. I really haven't thought, I've thought about them, I've started preparing them, and they will be recorded. So even if you miss it tomorrow morning, that's fine. It'll be recorded. You can watch it anytime. Some of the things well, I have a list of topics I want to cover. So that is it for today. I am looking forward to talking to you more often, and I will talk to you in the morning. Have a great day.